Hello there, 150 subs special. Thank you so much. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about RAGATA DOKO, and how I made, let's see, Essen, Pain, and Muffin. Two of those names seem kind of boring, like Pain and Muffin, but I feel like where Pain's story's going right now, it makes sense. Okay. So, you know the boys. Yeah, you know him. You know him. Well, I kind of left out a character, actually, about the trio. The trio, my guy. So, okay, let's talk about Onie first. Wait, did I say Essen? Onie. So, here's Onie's first picture. So, I based Onie off of Gino from Super Mario RPG, actually, because I remember at the time when I created him, I don't know, I saw Gino a lot, so I thought, gun arm! To be fair, he doesn't really... His lore never intertwined with Gino's. I also never knew his lore, so, you know. And here's the trio, moment. Here's the trio. So Pain was actually based off of Sonic.exe, so that's where the crazy hair came from. Muffin, that's Muffin. He has that name because I'm like, to my friends, I'm like, wait, what should I name this potato-looking dude? And they're like, Muffin. I'm like, okay. So yeah, Muffin, Onie, and Pain. So, Muffin wasn't actually based on anything. Again, Onie was based off Gino, and Pain was based off of Sonic.exe. So this was actually, again, very late into the lore, so I barely knew the universe. Like back then, Desert, Red Castle, which is now blue, something, and then this evil forest with magical creatures. So originally they could combine, which was originally going to be in the fight scene, but it just never got that far. I'll explain later. So yeah, they were originally meant to combine. How? The power of black magic from the forest. And it's cool. But then one day I thought, what if they could combine just two? So we got this. Is that not cool? It was really fun making up designs, but I'll never show them probably. So, I'll talk about their lore later, but in episode 1, I didn't get that far because I thought, well, Pain will probably just absolutely freak out that his hair arm was cut off. And also, I just didn't know how. Just how. And again, motivation died. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Anyway. It was also this older concept, which, like, what if he got a power and could get a mouth and did evil stuff? Again, very late into his character. Now, let's talk. So, originally, they were pretty blank, honestly. They were just three evil characters that worked together. But then, so, one day to my sister, I'm like, oh, I want you to try to make Pain cute. Which I'm just saying, I could totally do it. I don't know where that picture went, and I don't want to know. Because she gave my boy a mouth and arms. That's just messed up. I'm actually kind of mad, because, like, mate, you're supposed to make him cute. You can't, you're not allowed to give him features like that. I'm still kind of mad. Oh, also, we're at it. He can extend his legs. You see those slow lines? That's just his compressed leg. I don't know how you can see them, or how that makes sense, but it's RAGATA DOKO. The style doesn't make sense sometimes. Haha. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, she bent the rules, gave him a mouth, and then one day, I got this image where, I'm like, listen, mate, because I also conveniently saw, like, the Hello Kitty creepypasta where she cuts her mouth open. So I just thought of that and thought, yeah, I should make this. And that was when I'm like, let's give him blue blood, which I never thought that would be convenient, but oh my goodness. So let's talk about the plot point. So with that Pain, so my sister was being horribly mean to my kid. AKA Pain. Like, terrible. Like, really? She's like, you won't make friends creepy, or, I don't know, just being really mean to my kid. I call all of them children. Anyway, my poor boy. So then I thought, yeah, I can base the lore around this. So, basically, Yin Yang King's father, had a child, and, again, to make Yin Yang King's father seem more evil, I thought, what if he was like, this kid's ugly, and like put him in the forest to die, But then this guy, which I'd like to point out, I wrote in this. Let me get this. You know this book? This book right here? Here, give me a moment. Oh, script. It was never a script, actually. This has, like, all the RAGATA DOKO designs, and some that don't exist anymore, and some outdated designs, like, God, give me a moment. Wait, let me get to, it again, outdated designs. Like, he's red. He used to be red until I realized Red Cross, so I made it pink. But yeah, some outdated designs. Oh yeah, I wrote him Mono or whatever I named him, I forgot, twice. So, he raised, Pain. Like, I imagine he raised him for his own selfish gain. What gain? I don't know. But yeah, so Pain just was in pain. Basically, I just imagine he's like, what should I name you, child? As he's just trying his best to walk as he falls. And then he was like, I know, Pain! Hello, Pain! Can you handshake? I don't know, imagine he'd do that. But yeah, so Pain basically just felt, also since the forest, like, shielded his mouth shut so he could not speak, he just felt very misunderstood and sad. Until, Onie was like, I want to make that guy not sad. I want to be his friend. Please keep in mind, I'm telling the story how I normally tell any story, is I tell it not very seriously. If I told this in Doko, it would be more serious, but I'm saying it how I normally tell stories, and I reflect dark things with humor. So, you know. Anyway, yeah, he was like, I want to make him not sad. So eventually Onie is basically Pain's comfort thing. I don't know, he's a monster. Yeah. So, let's go back to the blue. Oh, Muffin. This is a newest one of Muffin. What should I do with Muffin? Because I didn't put him in episode 1, because I didn't get that far. And he really doesn't have a role. But I still want him because, like, of the combine thing. Which would be cool, but I don't know when they would realistically go back to the forest. The trio wouldn't go out of the forest. Basher ain't going back to the forest. I mean, Acid probably would. That's where he plants his drugs. But yeah. That's just, I don't know what to do with that. So if you know how I could perhaps put Muffin back in, because I do still like Muffin. But, like, I imagine Muffin would be a bit goofier, like, are you sure you want to be friends with him? Not that voice, but, you know. You sure you want to be friends with that guy? Like, he would be more comical relief, I think. Like, that's just how I see Muffin. Like, he's just not very serious. So, if you have any idea of what I should do with Muffin in general, because, like, I like the combine it idea, because I was originally going to have, like, Bash, S, and Dret, like, go out of the house, and suddenly they combine, and Essence just like, guys? But again, motivation and just the fight scene, just how it ended up. Keep in mind, I loosely had an idea for the fight scene, and it wasn't very planned, actually. I don't plan them as far as I should. Anyway, now let's talk about Pain and the blue blood thing again. Now, I looked, one day, actually, when I was drawing this, I was just thinking to myself, he has a similar color scheme to Yin Yang King. And then I thought, well, what if he was a Yin Yang? And me doing what I do, where I just randomly think of, what if he's this? And then I just somehow fit into the story as if it was always like that. Like, dude, I'm really good at connecting the dots. Like, you know, a little pat on the back, I deserve it. Anyway, so yeah, I thought, what if they were brothers? Yin Yang King's father was so disgusted by the baby, he put it in the forest to die. Again, you know, yada yada. But, which would be very interesting. And, like, Yin Yang King one day finds him and is just like, oh, I fucking hate my father. Because, like, Yin King already really does not care for his father. So, if this would also be just insult to injury, find out he's had a brother this entire time that's been suffering for, like, all of his life. Like, Yin King would definitely really love his his brother, you know? Like, he would be like, oh, you good, mate? Like, I don't know. He doesn't say mate. Like, they'd be really cute brothers. But the problem is, again, Pain would never realistically leave the forest, and, Yin and King wouldn't go to the forest. And even if they did, it would be for some, like, I don't know, Essen's chopping down, not Essen, like, I don't know, Ilmi's chopping down trees or something, evilly chops down trees. But even if they did interact, I don't know how we would get the scene where it's like, oh, we're brothers? Like, besides the blue blood, which, I'm not gonna lie, that was a lucky save, because I know 100% how I can get, how I'm gonna stab or shoot, Yin Yang King to show, oh, he also has teal blood, just like, you know, to connect the dots. You know, I know perfectly how to do that, and when I'm gonna do that, but I don't know how the characters themselves relate, like, because, like, Essen ain't gonna, like, shoot Yin and King and go, that's kind of like, that weird dude I found in the cabin, because he was not worried about the blood, or the color. And in the scene where he would shoot, like, Yin and King, you also wouldn't worry about that. You also wouldn't know it's Yin and King. There's a lot of things. That was spoiler heavy. Is it okay if I spoiler a lot? Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how I would get them to be like, oh, we're brothers, yay! I don't know how I would tell the characters that, and I don't want to force it. So yeah, if you have any possible ideas how to get Muffin back into the story, or if I even should keep him in the story, poor dude, and how I could maybe reunite Yin and King and Pain. Oh yeah, I hope you liked all that lore dump. Because that was a heavy one. Like, it's 12 minutes long. Sheesh. Anyway. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for 150 subs. Maybe tell me what character you want to see next. Or maybe even a batch of characters. Like, mate, if they're heavily related to each other, then hey. No, you would not bullshit Essen and Drit and Bash. Hold up. No, that sounds reasonable, actually. Never mind. Anyway. I hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you. I hope you have a good day. Yeah!